Namaste, future civil servants, and welcome to our comprehensive daily current affairs session specifically designed to aid your UPSC preparation. As we navigate the complexities of current events, we'll be covering a range of topics today, from the unusual incident of a pregnant woman delivering a baby on board a train at Bantwal railway station in Karnataka, to the geopolitical developments in the Israel-Iran conflict and its implications on global trade. We'll also delve into significant judicial updates, including the Madras High Court's dismissal of a plea and the Supreme Court's suo motu note on the assault of a woman advocate. Additionally, we'll touch upon a crucial health issue, tuberculosis care and challenges. As you watch, I encourage you to take notes and engage with our content, and don't forget to check the comment section for practice questions to reinforce your learning. Today's session will be particularly relevant for your upcoming exams, so let's get started and make the most of our 20 minutes together. A pregnant woman recently delivered a baby on board train number 16586 Murudeshwar SMVT Bangalore Express when the train arrived at Bantwal railway station in Dakshina Kannada, Karnataka. This incident highlights the importance of emergency medical services and the role of railway staff in handling such situations. The woman was traveling in a general coach and was found to be in distress with heavy bleeding when the train arrived at the station at 7:22 p.m. on a Sunday. The incident is a reminder of the challenges faced by pregnant women in India, particularly in rural areas where access to healthcare facilities can be limited. According to the National Family Health Survey 2019-21 conducted by the International Institute for Population Sciences, about 20% of women in India do not receive any antenatal care, and 30% of births take place at home. The railway network in India is vast, with over 13,000 trains operating daily, and incidents like these can happen anywhere, making it essential to have emergency medical services in place. Key details of the incident include the train number 16586 and the station where the baby was delivered, Bantwal railway station. The South Western Railway released a statement about the incident, highlighting the prompt response of the railway staff in alerting medical emergency services and arranging for an ambulance. The incident took place on a Sunday at 7:22 p.m. and the woman was provided with medical assistance immediately. This incident is relevant to the UPSC syllabus, particularly in the context of Paper 2, which deals with polity, governance and social justice. The topic of healthcare and emergency medical services is an essential part of the syllabus, and aspirants should be aware of the various schemes and policies implemented by the government to improve healthcare facilities in India.
For prelims, aspirants should remember the details of the incident, including the train number and the station where the baby was delivered. For mains, aspirants can analyze the incident from multiple perspectives, including the challenges faced by pregnant women in India, the role of railway staff in handling emergency situations, and the need for improved healthcare facilities in rural areas. The government has implemented various schemes and policies to improve healthcare facilities in India, including the Ayushman Bharat scheme, which aims to provide health insurance coverage to over 100 million families. The National Health Policy 2017 also emphasizes the importance of emergency medical services and the need to strengthen healthcare infrastructure in the country. In other news, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has proposed to reopen the Strait of Hormuz without a nuclear agreement, in a significant development in the ongoing Israel-Iran conflict. This proposal was made through Pakistani mediators, as reported by Axios, citing a U.S. official and two sources with knowledge of the matter. The Strait of Hormuz is a critical waterway, with nearly 20% of the world's oil passing through it, making it a vital choke point in global energy trade. The current situation has its roots in the collapse of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, also known as the Iran nuclear deal, in 2018. The U.S. withdrawal from the deal led to increased tensions between the U.S. and Iran, culminating in the current conflict. The recent proposal by Iran is an attempt to ease tensions and find a way forward. Abbas Araghchi's meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday is expected to discuss the war developments and potential peace efforts. Key details of the proposal include the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and the ending of the war, with nuclear negotiations postponed for a later stage. Pakistan Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has been involved in mediation efforts, speaking with Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian to discuss the evolving regional situation. The U.S. has been cautious in its approach, with President Donald Trump stating that there is no point in talking about nothing, but adding that the war would not immediately resume. For UPS aspirants, this development is relevant to the international relations segment of the syllabus, particularly in the context of West Asia and the Middle East. The prelims angle would involve remembering key facts such as the Strait of Hormuz's importance, the JCPOA, and the current conflict. In the mains exam, aspirants could be asked to analyze the impact of the conflict on global energy trade, the role of regional players such as Pakistan and Russia, and the implications for India's foreign policy. The conflict has significant implications for India, given its dependence on imported oil and its strategic interests in the region.
India has been maintaining a delicate balance in its relations with both the US and Iran, and the current development would require careful consideration of its foreign policy priorities. The Indian government's role in this context would involve navigating the complex web of international relations, while also ensuring the country's energy security. As the situation unfolds, it is essential for aspirants to remember the key players. Now let's turn our attention to the Madras High Court has dismissed a new writ petition seeking an inquiry into the assets declared by Tamilnaga Vetri Kalagam, or TVK, President C. Joseph Vijay, while filing his nomination papers from the Perambur Assembly constituency for the elections held this year. This decision was made by the First Division Bench of Chief Justice Sushrut Arvind Tharmadikari and Justice G. Arul Murugan on Monday, April 27, 2026. The importance of this case lies in the fact that it raises questions about the transparency and accountability of political leaders in India. The TVK is a political party in Tamil Nadu, and its president, C. Joseph Vijay, had filed his nomination papers for the recent assembly elections. The petition sought an inquiry into Vijay's assets, alleging discrepancies in his declarations. This is not an isolated incident, as there have been several cases in the past where political leaders have been accused of hiding their assets or providing false information. The key details of this case are that the Madras High Court had already ordered notice in a similar writ petition, which is returnable by June 3, to the Director General of Income Tax Investigation. This means that the court had already taken cognizance of the matter and was awaiting a response from the Income Tax Department. The petitioners had sought an inquiry into Vijay's assets, but the court refused to entertain the new petition, citing the existing case. For UPS aspirants, this topic is relevant to the Polity and Governance segment of the syllabus, particularly in the context of the Representation of the People Act 1951 and the Income Tax Act 1961. The question of transparency and accountability in political leadership is a crucial aspect of democratic governance, and aspirants should be aware of the laws and regulations that govern this area. In the prelims, aspirants may be asked about the provisions of the Representation of the People Act or the Income Tax Act, while in the mains, they may be required to analyze the implications of such cases on the democratic process. The dismissal of the petition has significant implications for the political landscape of Tamil Nadu and the country as a whole. On one hand, it may be seen as a victory for the TVK and its president, C. Joseph Vijay, as it clears the way for him to continue his political activities without the burden of an inquiry. On the other hand, it may be perceived as a next up.
To mark the World Tuberculosis Day, which falls on March 24, The Hindu conducted a webinar on World TB Day towards patient-centric and tech-enabled TB care. This event highlights the importance of addressing tuberculosis, a major public health concern in India. The World Health Organization, or WHO, has been observing World Tuberculosis Day since 1996 to raise awareness about the disease and efforts to combat it. Tuberculosis is a leading cause of death from a single infectious agent, ranking above HIV/AIDS, and is a major public health concern, particularly in developing countries like India. The webinar featured Ramya Anand Krishnan, director of REACH, or Resource Group for Education and Advocacy for Community Health, who provided an overview of tuberculosis, including its symptoms, diagnostic tools, classification, treatment regimens, and the role of TB champions. According to the WHO, in 2020, approximately 2.1 million new TB cases were reported in India, accounting for about 28% of the global total. The WHO also reports that India has the highest burden of both TB and multi-drug-resistant TB, with an estimated 79,000 TB-related deaths in 2020. For UPSC aspirants, this topic is relevant to the General Studies Paper 2, which covers issues related to health, and Paper 3, which covers environment and ecology. The topic is also connected to the National Health Policy 2017, which aims to achieve universal health coverage, including the prevention and control of infectious diseases like tuberculosis. Aspirants should note that the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, or NTEP, is a key initiative by the government to eliminate tuberculosis in India by 2025, and this program is a potential prelims MCQ point. The impact of tuberculosis on India is significant, with the disease affecting not only the health but also the economic well-being of individuals and families. The disease is often associated with poverty, malnutrition, and poor living conditions, making it a challenge for the government and healthcare providers to address. From a stakeholder perspective, patients, healthcare providers, and policymakers all have a role to play in addressing the challenges of tuberculosis care. The government's role in addressing tuberculosis is critical, and initiatives like the NTEP and the revised National Tuberculosis Control Program, or RNTCP, have been implemented to provide free diagnosis and treatment to TB patients. The government's efforts to address tuberculosis are guided by the National Health Mission, or NHM, which aims to strengthen the healthcare system and improve health outcomes. Article 21 of the Constitution of India, which guarantees the shifting gears to, the Supreme Court of India has taken suo motu note of the brutal assault on a woman advocate allegedly by her husband in New Delhi. This incident has sparked widespread concern and outrage, prompting the apex court to intervene.
The assault on a woman, particularly a member of the legal fraternity, raises significant questions about women's safety and the efficacy of the justice system in India. The incident is a stark reminder of the pervasive issue of violence against women in India. According to the National Crime Records Bureau, or NCRB, crimes against women have been on the rise, with a reported 3.71 lakh cases of assault on women with intent to outrage modesty in 2020. The fact that 3 hospitals refused admission to the victim further highlights the need for stricter implementation of laws and policies aimed at protecting women's rights. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 and the Indian Penal Code, or IPC, have provisions to deal with such cases, but their effective implementation remains a challenge. On Monday, April 27, 2026, a bench of Chief Justice Surya Kant and Justice Joy Malia Bagchi directed the Delhi Police Commissioner to hand over the probe to a senior police person, preferably a woman officer in the rank of Assistant Commissioner of Police, or ACP, or Deputy Commissioner of Police, or DCP. This directive underscores the importance of a sensitive and thorough investigation into the matter. The Supreme Court's intervention is significant as it emphasizes the need for a fair and impartial probe and the importance of holding perpetrators accountable. For UPSC aspirants, this incident has relevance to both the preliminary and main examinations. In the preliminary exam, questions may be asked about the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 or the IPC provisions related to assault on women. In the main examination, aspirants may be required to analyze the issue of violence against women and the role of the judiciary and the government in addressing this issue. The topic is related to the syllabus of polity, governance, and social justice. The Supreme Court's directive has far-reaching implications for India, as it highlights the need for a more effective and sensitive approach to dealing with cases of violence against women. The incident also underscores the importance of implementing laws and policies aimed at protecting women's rights, such as the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme and the National Mission for Empowerment of Women, or NEWE. The governments, also making headlines today, a significant development has taken place in the Aam Aadmi Party, with Sagar Rabari, the Gujarat General Secretary, resigning from the primary membership of the party. This decision was made public through a Facebook post, where Rabari, a 56-year-old farmer leader and activist, stated that he is ending his journey with the Aam Aadmi Party, relieving himself from the party's membership, posts, and responsibilities. The importance of this development lies in the fact that it comes at a time when the local body elections in Gujarat have just concluded, and the results are expected to be out soon.
The Aam Aadmi Party, led by Arvind Kejriwal, has been trying to expand its presence in various states, including Gujarat. Sagar Rabari's resignation could be seen as a setback for the party's efforts in the state. To understand the context, it is essential to know that the Aam Aadmi Party, or AAP, was formed in 2012 with the aim of providing a corruption-free and transparent government. The party's expansion in Gujarat is crucial given the state's significance in Indian politics and its history of being a stronghold of the Bharatiya Janata Party, or BJP. Key details of this development include the fact that Sagar Rabari, a prominent farmer leader, has been associated with the Aam Aadmi Party since its inception in Gujarat. He has been instrumental in organizing various campaigns and protests, including those related to farmers' rights and environmental issues. Rabari's resignation has sparked speculation about his future plans, with some suggesting that he may join the BJP. However, Rabari has ruled out this possibility, stating that he will not be joining the BJP. The local body elections in Gujarat, which were held on the single phase, saw a total of 1,266 candidates contesting for 88 seats. The Election Commission reported a voter turnout of around 50%. For UPSC aspirants, this development is relevant to the polity and governance section of the syllabus, particularly the topics related to political parties, elections and governance. The resignation of Sagar Rabari and its implications for the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat can be connected to the broader theme of coalition politics and the challenges faced by regional parties in India. Aspirants should note that the Aam Aadmi Party's expansion in Gujarat is a significant development given the state's history of being a BJP stronghold. This could be a potential prelims MCQ point with questions related to the Aam Aadmi Party's performance in local body. In today's session, we covered 6 key stories, including a pregnant woman delivering a baby on a train in Karnataka,
the Israel-Iran conflict and important court judgments. To recap, we discussed the Madras High Court's dismissal of a plea seeking an inquiry into TVK Chief Vijay's assets, a webinar on tuberculosis care, and the Supreme Court's suo motu note on the assault of a woman advocate. Key points to remember include the Supreme Court's powers under Article 32, the importance of tuberculosis care, and the role of courts in upholding women's rights. For further learning, refer to the PDF notes in the description and practice-related PYQs. Stay motivated and focused on your preparation journey. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for daily updates. We wish you success in your UPSC preparation and look forward to guiding you throughout your journey.